Hi, David and Carla. Just wanted to take you through my analysis. I know I came out high on the last one because I had one comp in there that was $124 a square foot, and it really skewed everything else because everything else was under 100 a square foot. So I felt like that I needed to go look at the house so I could understand things better. And sure enough, it changed things for me because I couldn't consider one of those a comparable sale that I had originally considered a comparable sale. So I'm going to take you through this real quickly. This is your square footage, 2,334. I didn't see any other previous sales in terms of with photos and everything, so I'm just using the tax record square footage. If you happen to know that square footage is different than the tax record list, and we can make adjustments there, but that's the only measurement I have. So we're going to go through first the closed listings. Now this is all that matters in terms of actually determining the value of the house, but I use the other information to support my analysis. But in terms of appraisals, only closed listings really count. And now these are the two that I was left with, and it's a very consistent type thing. So this is, here, let's go back real quick. What I like to do is just show you the price per square foot, and then we're going to look at what it takes, the condition the house has to be in to actually sell. So $94 a square foot and $90 a square foot. So the average would be right around 92. Now let's look at Bramwell. I was working with clients in this subdivision right when these were listed, so I've seen almost every one of these, and we'll talk about that in a second. But this is the first one that's old, so you can see it's got brand new carpet, hardwoods throughout the kitchen, just really clean, updated, nice little patio, a bunch of work that's been done. So it's ready to go. The only thing that it could have had to possibly bring more money is just staging, but you know it is our highest comp. So, and then go back to the second one. So this is the other one here, and this one was the one that was right at 90 a square foot. A little cluttery, some wallpaper stuff going on there. It does have you know, nice clean stage ready to go kind of stuff going on here, but it has not the type of countertops and finishes that I would have seen or I would have suggested my clients use to market. So but that's probably why they got a little bit less. So I'll give you an idea what we're looking at. Okay, so these are our active listings, and we don't really care too much about actives except to substantiate what's going on in the market. And the ones we're most interested in are the ones that have a contract and what they sold for per square foot. So these right here have a contract, and they are priced at 93 a square foot, and this one's priced at 91 a square foot. You can see the one for 113 a square foot doesn't have a contract. This one's 95. It had a few things that I wouldn't have thought would be a good selling feature, but I do think they're in the right range to get a contract. And then this one at 83, and then this one at 102. So they're not getting a contract at 102. Let's look at the 83 just to see kind of what it looks like. Y'all probably know this house better than I do from having driven by it a lot. So it's pretty rough. You know, carpet needs to be stretched, bedrooms need to be painted. They are out of it. Looks like it has a window unit. I'm not sure I understand why. Surely the AC works. So you can see at 83 a square foot, they still can't sell it just because of the condition of the house. They need to invest a lot of time and energy there. And then finally, what we'll do is let's look at this peach orchard one, and this is the one that concerned me. Is what I did is I go back and I look at the withdrawals. So now this one is currently under contract. So it was one of the ones that I just showed you that was under contract, you know, around the 90 to 94 square foot. But the reason I was concerned about it is it had withdrawn twice, and we had one that had expired. Well, the expired one we can understand. They had it at 113 a square foot, so they're not going to be able to sell it because they're just overpriced by $10 a square foot. This one I was concerned why it didn't sell. So I called the agent, and as soon as I called her and she started describing to me why it didn't sell at a fair price, I remembered having shown the house. And what it was is it had a quirky floor plan, because you can see it's a really, really nice house. But when you'd walk in, you basically had like two living rooms, a little living area in the front, and then this other living area in the back. But that should have been a formal dining room if you were going to do anything, but it was too redundant. And then they had linoleum floors and cheap countertops and cabinets and whatnot. So that explained it. Now, they did get a contract finally, but after they listed with another agent. But that made a little more sense as to why it was so hard to sell at a fair price, because it was priced at a fair price. So that should help you guys a little bit. Okay, now that you see the way I'm thinking about this, I'm going to just give you my formal analysis. This is, the math has already been done on the square footage of 2,334. But basically, if your house is worth 92 a square foot, I'm taking the middle of those two numbers, then you can sell it for as much as 193. However, you have to bring it up to the condition of these other properties. So I'm going to be really hard on you guys right here, and just don't take it personal, because my house would not pass my own test in terms of what needs to be done. But there's a lot of things that need to be addressed at the house. I know you guys are just living life and you know, not staging the house or getting it ready to show. But some of these things could be costly. But one thing that we need is we need new countertops and matching appliances. Stainless steel is preferable. I think the cabinets could clean up. I like the dark cabinets if Carla was up for refinishing all those cabinets, but that definitely needs to be done. I don't think it's worth cleaning the carpet upstairs. I think it needs to be replaced. So you're going to need to put new carpet up there. Pressure wash the whole house, trim the lawn, the shrubs, and plant flowers around the front door. I think the door itself needed to be painted, if I recall. You need to stain and repaint the deck, repaint all the taste-specific rooms, particularly the girls' rooms, because they're pink and purple, if I remember right, and any other rooms that are wild. The faux finish can stay where it ties into everything you're doing. However, you can't really go wrong in being generic, and I know that breaks people's hearts, but with all your stuff in it, it looks fine. But most people are not going to want the exact same thing, so you can paint over anything that's too taste specific. And I loved a lot of it, so a lot of it I do in my own house, but it may need to be made more generic. And then finally, of course, you need to professionally clean and declutter. And I always emphasize declutter. It always looks good and 3 dimensions, but when we go to take photos and you're just looking at a flat picture, it's hard to get people in your house when it looks real busy. So you probably eliminate about 2/3 of a lot of the smaller objects, and that would probably take care of most of the clutter. So I hate to come up with a price based on if none of this stuff was done, because we really don't know the bottom. It's better to back out all the cost and then assume that the house could sell for $92 a square foot. And however, if I needed to press it and you took the house as is and put it on the market, I know that the most we'd be able to get would be $83 a square foot. That's because we have houses for $83 a square foot that need updating and matching appliances and new carpet and lots of painting, that at $83 a square foot are not selling. So if your house is significantly better than that house, it could possibly sell for $83 a foot, but in reality, we don't know where the bottom is. So I would just say the maximum price, if we took it to market tomorrow, would be $193,000. So I hope you understand our reasoning there. If you have any questions, y'all can call me, either one of you, 615-378-7368. Thanks, guys.